We'll do it live!
Fucking thing sucks.
Hello and welcome to the Basement Dwellers podcast. Today we have a really special guest for you. We have Reese, our Christian buddy from school.
Hi, I'm Reese.
This is Reese.
I'm a Christian buddy.
All right, Reese. Describe yourselves.
Okay, well, I'm Reese. I'm 16 years old. I enjoy fedora wearing. I enjoy cape wearing, cane wearing. My real passion is just long walks on the beach. You know, I really like seashell collecting. In Lloydminster, it's kind of hard to find seashells, so I kind of have to go to the dollar store every now and then buy plastic ones. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Or just right along the train tracks there.
Train tracks. I like putting little pennies on there.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see them a little squished up and stuff like that. And sometimes never mind. We won't talk about that.
All right. So what do you identify as, Reese?
So I say I'm a Christian, but I'm just thinking ever since I was a little boy, I think I kind of identify as an attack helicopter. I just believe that I should be soaring over fields and stuff and be really majestic, you know, and people say I should it's impossible to be a helicopter, but that's oppression, dude.
It's your trigger word.
Yeah, that's my trigger word. Next week already, I'm getting a surgeon to install rotary blades, 30 millimeter cannons, and AMG 114 Hellfire missiles. So after that kind of plastic surgery, I think I'll be able to soar over the skies, guys. So
thank you, Reddit, for that beautiful passage there. Oh yeah, and I know it's like me. When I was growing up, I always just wanted to be people would ask me what I want to be, and I wanted to be a John Deere tractor. But I mean, it's just not.
You know, I hate haters like that to tell you that you can't be something.
I had something equally outlandish. I wanted to be a paleontologist, so that was pretty rough.
I don't know what that is.
Is that the people that dig
we
bones?
studied dinosaur bones.
Yeah, dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
Why would you need to study dinosaur bones when everyone knows they coexisted with humans?
Dude, dinosaurs didn't
Well, of
even
course.
exist.
I mean, if you just go visit Kent Ham,
Yeah.
you get
Dinosaurs
Dinosaurs forgot to
exist.
get on the ark. Bros.
Hashtag answers in Genesis.
Okay, there's a Facebook page that I started following here a couple days ago, and it's obviously a satirical page, and it's called Christians Against Dinosaurs. And it's just all this BS about how, why would you believe in dinosaurs kind of thing. There's no evidence to show they existed.
Dinosaur bones are God testing us, guys.
Yeah, and that's
it's planted in there by Satan.
Yeah.
I've heard that before too.
It's what?
Right next to the apple.
Yeah. Okay, Reese. Another question. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Wrestler WWE or MMA or what?
Like
UFC.
Like WWE.
WWE.
We both know who you're gonna say anyway.
So my favorite wrestler, non-troll favorite wrestler is The Undertaker.
Oh.
And
okay, well,
Undertaker was I don't watch wrestling anymore, but when I did, when I was 12 and stuff like that, it was always cool, and it was really unexpected when the lights just faded out and then you heard the dong, you know, dude, that got you so pumped, and then The Undertaker came and then he just wrecked usually. That's what I get. But troll version, John Cena is actually freaking the best. His 5-knuckle shuffle, you can't see me, wrecks. And if you actually see him in all his recent matches, he will pwn all, dude.
Name one of his recent matches.
Him versus Edge. And he just wrecked
Edge retired in 2011.
That's the most recent match I watched.
Yeah, you see,
dude,
five knuckle
shuffle.
When we were younger, but I recently got back into it when Mick Foley came to town. I was like, man, I really missed this as a kid, and it's
Mitt
so
Romney's
bad now.
wrestling?
Holy crap!
Like
Mick
the president?
Mick Foley,
Mick
not
Foley.
Mitt Romney.
The best wrestler. Of all
Fun
time.
fact: Mitt Romney's a Mormon.
Oh, is he actually?
Yes, he's
he
actually a Mormon.
Oh, that's
And
pretty
it's
cool.
funny because
That's
all
why he's
the
probably
right
pretty happy,
wingers who
eh?
support him were like, yeah, he's a good evangelical Christian guy. God's definitely with him.
It's no.
Mormonism only vaguely even resembles Christianity. So
Jesus in Denver.
Indians of the lost tribe of Israel.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've watched wrestling since grade
Yeah,
6.
I haven't
I've
watched
just
wrestling
I
since
think-
I was
heard
like
you
12.
talk about John Cena a lot,
I
Reese,
think I
so-
stopped, about probably the end of grade 6. But I got back into it like 3 months ago, and it's just awful. There's no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Yeah. Anyways,
wrestling.
so Reese, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show. Let's see. My favorite TV show would have to probably be Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I just like the character development throughout like the seasons and shows.
What
and stuff
about My
like
Little Pony?
that. See, I'm. You guys know this, but like I didn't want to bring it up on the podcast, but I am a closet brony, and I do enjoy the My Little Pony series, and I just like I don't know, like it's good. It has good voice acting. It's like ponies are cute, dude, and like you just want to hug them and stuff like that.
Do you
and
have like a rainbow dash,
That's a good plot.
like with a hole cut in the back?
I don't
like,
have
shoved in
any.
your
I don't
closet?
have any memorabilia because I'm a closet brony. If I got,
Ah.
if I got it, I would be a full out brony. So as a closet brony, My Little Pony is pretty good. Dude, Pinkie Pie, like that horsey or pony. Sorry. So that's pretty good. As an actual show, I really enjoy Dexter, Breaking Bad,
Dexter.
and Game of Thrones. I'm really enjoying
Yeah,
right now.
I would agree with you. Those are 3 of my favorite shows.
Never watched any of them.
Yeah, actually never watch. Okay, dude, you
No,
actually
I
gotta
haven't.
watch at least
Yeah,
one of them.
pause
They're
this and
really
I
watch
will,
much
and
TV.
I've thought about starting Game of Thrones because I've only heard
I've all the
great
seasons
things.
right there. You're not going home without them.
Okay, I'll borrow 'em.
They're
But
like, just the best show.
River, what are your 3 favorite shows?
Of all time, I would say Game of Thrones, the Twilight Zone original series with Rod Serling, and I would say Star Trek: Next Generation.
The Star Trek. Are you a Trekkie?
I am a total Trekkie.
Actually,
Yeah.
Would you go to like one of those conventions?
Yeah, I
like
totally
a Trekkie?
would. I would love to go to a
dude,
Trek
you're a
convention.
nerd.
Honestly,
bro.
it's kind of weird because like
That's deep.
being a Trekkie nerd is kind of just like a metal thing to do now. Like it's really just made
Yeah.
its way into metal culture.
Oh yeah, a lot
Like-
of people do it.
Yeah, totally. But I've never seen it. I have never watched Star Trek.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
watched
it's
Star
not
Trek.
easy to get into. There's a lot of shit, but I grew up with it. And see, I used to be like a big Star Wars guy, and it's usually you prefer one of the two. But I love the philosophical.
I love Star
and-
Wars.
and like pure sci-fi aspects of Star Trek. Like I was saying before, to Posy the other day, I don't really consider Star Wars science fiction, which I know gets a lot of heat from people, but I consider it more like high fantasy. Because it takes place like in space in a future aspect, but I think a big part about sci-fi should be that it explores like future outcomes and really goes into the philosophical nature of mankind
But-
and what we can do with our brain, with our minds and all our potential.
Isn't
I think Star Trek does a much better job of that than
isn't
Star
the
Wars.
actual definition of like okay, wait, what is it called again?
Sci-fi?
Sci-fi. Isn't that the definition though? Like Star Wars and like that's
No,
like
see-
the definition
see,
of
I would-
sci-fi right there.
I
is Star
wouldn't-
Wars.
Yeah, there are sci-fi aspects, obviously, of Star Wars, but I would say a more pure form of sci-fi is easily Star Trek. Well, like the go-to answer most people would give was Star Wars, and I would say Star Wars fits more in like the Lord of the Rings category, whereas like a movie like
Lord of the Rings is in sci-fi, is it?
No, and that's
No.
what he's saying. That
no, but I'm
Star.
saying
That's
that
why Star Wars
fits
isn't.
more with Lord of the Rings.
And
than
see,
Star
I
Wars.
would have disagreed until I heard out your side about that because it makes sense that it's not taking on these scientific concepts at all.
Yeah.
It's just
It's more about
kind of
faith
and just expressing.
yeah. And I don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore Star Wars as anyone would see if they were ever in my basement, but
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He has quite a few figurines.
there's a lot of Star Wars shit down here.
Okay. Oh, so Reese, obviously you're one who's very keen on coarse language
I'm pretty keen on
and
it.
very quick to swear. Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't fucking think I've ever fucking heard
crap,
you not
dude,
fucking
no.
swear.
Hey,
So like
I'm not a swear guy.
so what's your opinion on swearing and why do you do it so much?
Well, my opinion is, well, obviously, like I don't judge you.
My
if you do
opinion
swear.
is fuck the haters.
Although, if it's my first time meeting you and you like swear within just saying hi to me, I probably will like kind of like because like
Fucking
that's
hey,
my
it's
first
Reese.
impression of you. My first impression of you is you swearing at me. That doesn't usually leave a good impression.
There's a
I don't
difference
think.
between swearing at somebody and just swearing, though. It's like I could
Yeah, I
say,
know, but just
fuck
swearing.
you, or I could say fuck. There's a difference.
Like if I just met River and he's like, "Hey, I'm effing River,"
Yeah,
I
would
my
introduce
first
myself like
impression
that,
would
too.
not be. I don't think would be as good.
That's probably how I introduced myself.
I think
to
a
him.
lot of people though would agree with me with that. Though.
Oh, totally. And it can make people uncomfortable.
It
And,
can
like-
totally, but see,
and
I never
that's a
understood,
contextual
like, the
thing,
phobia
too.
Of, and like I respect people's choices not to swear
Yeah.
and stuff, but I
Yeah, no, it's not a good or bad thing choosing not to swear
but
or
I
to
just
swear.
personally don't understand. I think you can articulate yourself much better if you actually swear, and you don't give yourself language barriers. And I hate the idea of language barriers.
No, you don't. You don't need to swear to like voice opinions.
He's
and
not
stuff like
saying that. Yeah, you're right. You don't need
You don't
to
have
swear,
to,
but the option's there if you want to.
Yeah, and I mean to limit yourself.
And
in
if
terms
that
of
more
vocabulary just
accurately
isn't
articulates
foreign
what you're
idea to
trying
me.
to say, well, then why wouldn't
But,
you?
like-
But if it more accurately articulates it without swearing, then choose that route. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you never have to.
And I think there's a difference between like if you're giving like a well-reasoned official debate, then you shouldn't be swearing. But if you're say on a forum like this where it's about your actual emotion,
Yeah,
it's very
there's
real.
definitely a setting. For
Then
it.
there's then you shouldn't have an issue with swearing.
If anyone just missed that, Reese is advocating for everyone to swear in the right setting. So he's pretty much a foul language advocate.
I don't swear.
He actually told me he was running into power just on that platform.
Yeah, that is-
actually,
that is my
he
platform.
swears and he don't give a fuck about what you think.
Yeah. Oh, get out of here.
No, you get out, Reese.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Scrub.
Just kidding,
Okay.
mate.
Okay.
Mate.
Mate.
Okay, so Reese wanted to ask us what our stance, and we'll talk about this, all three of us, what our stance on gun control is.
Yeah,
and
you go first.
yeah, so
Gun
basically my stance is that there are studies that have shown that there's less firearm caused deaths when guns are illegal in a country, but I think it's a right to have a gun if you want one, and they're total screening for all of that, like criminal record checks, tests, like special licenses, that sort of thing. I think should definitely be a requirement. But I think it's a social right. If you want to go out and buy a gun, you should or if you want to make a weapon, you should have every reason to, just as long as there's some credibility, like a criminal record check there, that you're not going to use it to harm anyone. And like, hunting, I'm not super pro hunt. I'm not against hunting, but I'm not one to go out and fight for it. But I think guns for hunting is fine, like hunting rifles. But yeah, like we were talking about earlier, these like hunting Uzis and just like obscene
like,
things
yeah,
are
like
so
30
I
round
unnecessary.
differ with
Glocks and
both
stuff
of you
like that.
guys. See, my stance is I'm definitely pro a ton of checks, no criminal record, no mental health issues. I definitely, what I hate about the States is how easy it is to get a gun.
Mhm.
How like a lot of times like police stations and governments aren't informed, and how a young kid can get one pretty much unchecked just immediately day of at a gun show. Things like that I totally disagree with. But when it comes to say, if you want to own an Uzi, first of all, don't preface it by saying like you need this for hunting or protection or
That's a
anything.
load of
You
shit.
You don't. I hate a big thing is I hate it when people say I need this gun for protection. I need this gun for
No,
this,
you
that, and the
don't.
other thing. You need that gun because you like guns. I support that. I also like guns.
Oh, totally.
But I
Like-
also know that I don't have much of an argument when it comes to guns, except for it's a matter of personal freedom. And I think if I want to own an Uzi and I'm a responsible person, then sure, yeah, I think I should be able to own an Uzi. I'll be happy to do so. Like, I really do think, and when it comes to personal liberty, yeah, you have to take some risks. I mean, when you have a freedom, people can always use that freedom the wrong way, but that doesn't mean you should cancel out the
Oh,
freedom.
never,
So-
never. Like, and that's such a bullshit argument too. Like, oh yeah, how are people gonna use this inappropriately?
Yeah.
Regulate it so that
Oh, yeah.
is minimalized.
There really isn't an argument, like I've said before, that's really pro a limited gun, what's not censorship, but prohibition, I guess. The only real argument is personal freedom. However, people are so quick to dismiss that argument when I honestly think it's probably the most relevant argument there is. So, yeah, it's safer to have less guns, yes. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be allowed to own a gun. Like, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, and in this case, eggs just happen to be human lives. I'm sorry to tell you that, but
Wow.
That was pretty morbid, but I actually completely agree.
I'm not wrong. So
Okay, next topic. Favorite video games. Reese, what is your favorite
What's my
dank
favorite?
video game?
Oh, dude. So I'm gonna do a quick shout out. 420 Game of the Year Blaze It Edition is actually that's not even a joke. That's an actual video game, and the whole game is set up like a montage parody. And so
Oh, God.
whenever you shoot people, just dubstep plays and like people are screaming in your ears and hit markers are everywhere and just like
Okay, you know what? I can spend hours watching montage parodies because
Yeah.
there's an
They're
art
so
to
funny.
them.
Oh,
There's
they're
honestly
hilarious.
an art. Oh, it's great.
Yeah. It's so good. It's just like having inside jokes that you actually know about.
Yeah.
And they're just funny. They're funny.
Favorite video games ever?
Any of the Total War games, I love them all. I'm a big strategy gamer. Really
Like
looking forward to
Total War
Dreadnought. That's my most
2?
anticipated game. Like Rome 2, Total War.
Shogun or whatever.
Not a Shogun fan, but Rome 2
Yeah,
Total
that
War.
game
I
sucked,
love that
dude.
game. Rome Total War, Medieval Total War, Empire Total War, Napoleon Total War. Love all those games. Crusader.
Yeah,
Stronghold.
man.
Crusader,
Stronghold.
One of
yeah.
my favorites of all time. Star Wars
Battlefront 2.
Okay, news,
Yeah.
boys.
There's a new one coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah, and guess what?
I'm
Hype,
so
dude.
pumped.
Concept art released today
Oh.
Really?
for
did it?
Battlefront
I
2.
gotta
I'll
check
show
that
you
out.
guys
Man,
after.
I'm so pumped for that game. I love.
Dude,
the
don't
Star Wars
overhype it
Battlefront
too
1
much
and
because it
2.
could suck so much. It could be
can,
such a money
but
grab.
I don't think it. And you know what?
It
I
doesn't
think it would've
matter
been a
that
money
much.
grab if this came out like 3 years ago, but it's been like 10 years.
Yeah,
almost.
when
But
everyone
there's not
wanted
that,
it.
Yeah, I don't think people care that much. Like, if people were like,
Yeah, like if
to
this came
release
out like
Half-Life 3,
2010, this would be
oh.
a really big deal. But because it's not, it's definitely Battlefront 1 and 2, probably my two favorite games of all time. Not to mention the
Battlefront
PSP
2
games
is
back when PSP was a thing.
incredible.
I adore both those games as well. And on next gen, a Battlefront game would just
and
be
next gen
incredible.
you mean PC, right? Not dumb console. Right?
PC
I
Master
use
Race.
both because I'm not a douche.
Wrecked.
So what? Use a Netflix machine and then you actually use something good.
You know what? In a lot of cases, yes.
A Netflix
but-
machine.
You know, what am I
The
gonna do?
gamer
The TV
beaks are
machine.
coming out.
No, see, I use both. I don't know why everything has to be like you know how Star Trek fans have to hate Star Wars.
All
how PC
I'm
guys have
saying
to hate
is
Xbox.
like you don't have
As
to
long
hate
as
each other. You
everybody
just gotta.
hates PS3
All
or
Reese is
PS4, it's
all
fine.
I'm
Reese
saying
is
you
saying
don't
is
have to hate
PC
each other.
Master Race.
PC is just better. You don't it doesn't need to be hate. It's just like you just need to know that PC is better.
I don't
PC
think
is
it's,
better in a lot of
but I
cases,
don't
I
even
would
think
say,
it's
but-
fair to say better.
What
I
do
think
you mean? It's 100% fair to say
But yeah,
better
no,
because
because-
it is.
I would say PC is definitely better, but I mean, not everybody has thousands of dollars to continually spend upgrading your computer. I mean,
I haven't upgraded my computer once, and I've
Yeah,
had it
well,
for
I
2
mean-
Yeah,
years.
no, and
People
that's a
who
huge
wanna play, like-
misconception. You really don't
Yeah,
I
need
know
you
to.
you
act-
don't. Like,
it's-
I have a really good computer.
it's
I haven't upgraded it
beneficial,
in
but-
a couple years. But I mean, if you want to continually play games on like ultra and have to run a really great PC, like if you want to really optimize your PC and have it
Oh,
the
totally.
way that it is definitely better than like Xbox and PS4, then you're putting a lot of money into it. There's
even
just no
but
way
even
around
Well,
at that, like
to be
I do
fair,
think
There's a big part on like game developers to like optimize their games. Like
Yeah.
people with like huge like monster rigs, like 3,000 gaming rigs, sometimes can't even run like Far Cry 4, like a new game like that on PC at like ultra max at like 200 FPS because
Yeah.
it's like the game's not optimized. So saying that like, oh, you got to upgrade to get it to ultra, it's a lot of times it's the developer's fault too.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, if you want to get your computer to where it's that much better than an Xbox One, for example, and there's
there's
a kind
builds.
of game,
There's
for example,
there's a lot of builds that are
I'm a
like,
big strategy gamer. I will never play a strategy game on an Xbox.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when it comes to
You don't
me
wanna play
fucking
strategy
around
game,
playing
yeah.
a game that I don't even like say Call of Duty, with a bunch of my friends, I'm not going to want to do that on PC. I'm going to want to
No.
do it on Xbox. It's more relaxed.
Call of Duty
and
is a
it's-
console game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
And a
there's, like,
garbage
you can play it on
game.
PC.
I'm not
but
a Call
like
of Duty fan at all. I play
Call of Duty is like the console kid game, you know, like it is.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is like the sellout pop artist of
Oh, yeah.
video
Oh, yeah.
games.
And you
It's
know what?
pathetic. It's recycled bullshit.
I play less and less. See, Call of Duty used to be back, like, I don't know, even like last game, I played some of it
What was
like
that?
with
The
friends and
dogs
stuff.
one?
But the newest
Duty
one, I
Doggies?
don't even know what the newest one I played
Call of Duty
like 2
Doggies.
hours of, and I just have not. I've officially like been done with Call of Duty. But I mean like games like that, or fucking around playing like I don't know, WWE 2K15, trash game. Like couldn't see me playing that.
Dude, the WWE games are sick. I remember
they're
playing.
so bad. They're so
I know,
good though.
but they're so good.
I
Like,
played it on the Wii.
yeah, I did too. I did
It's
too,
pretty fun.
man.
You just play with the controller. You like swing it. It's like
On
you're just
my
like you're
mom's-
punching someone.
On my mom's Netflix machine. Totally. Like, it was great. I think I had what the hell was it? It was like might have been 09 or maybe like 2K10, something like that.
was actually a really good one.
Yeah, and I loved it. Like by this time, I don't even think I still watched wrestling. The game was just phenomenal.
Yeah, they're so simple, but so like you
Yeah.
know, popcorn entertainment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's
just,
awesome. It's like
like-
create your own guy,
Yeah,
make your own
I love-
10-minute long finisher.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like,
10-minute long finisher. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and you can get like an 800-pound guy doing like a hurricane run off the
Yeah.
top rope, like through the barricade. Like it's insane. Like, that could
I
never
like
happen.
to make my guys pink and just like you
My
know
little
just
brother does
pink
that.
and like mega body weight, so he's like super fat and like super short. So it's just like this pink little ball comes out, and his finisher was like always like something really stupid, like lifting the guy up, even though he's like this super tiny ball.
See, I'm like a hardcore wrestling nerd, so what I always do is I like make like a carbon copy of myself, and then just like do
Hey, guy.
but do it like
River, the destroyer of land.
but like do like all just make the moveset totally out of the shit like I grew up with, like, you know, his finisher is like a perfect plex, and then you can do like the sharpshooter and, you know, Bret Hart shit, and it's just I'm a big time wrestling nerd. Like
okay, but let's be real here, boys.
You don't need
No. You hold on here, Reese. All the games we've talked about before, there's one that just trumps all of them.
What game?
Skyrim.
Okay,
Skyrim is up there, but I think when it comes to going back, I think Battlefront 2 is
Skyrim.
I haven't gone back to
Skyrim's
Battlefront 2 because my
Battlefront
PS2 has been broken for years, so I haven't been able
these
to.
are like nostalgia games. Like,
totally,
Ratchet and Clank.
totally.
You
Oh,
didn't even
dude,
play
Ratchet and Clank, those
was-
are classic.
Ratchet
Like,
and Clank was
I absolutely
Ratchet. You
adore
got me.
Skyrim and stuff, but there are certain games like Battlefront 2 has such a place in my heart, and
Oh yeah.
before that game at that time for that game to come out the way it was just so good and so
And
amazing.
even same with the Stronghold games too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Crusader 2 came out like not even a year ago.
Yeah.
And it's incredible after like 10 years of
See, I've yet to play
anticipation.
Crusader 2.
It's amazing.
And I really want to.
It's awesome.
Stronghold Crusader 1 was a game I grew up on.
Yeah,
and I
Crusader 1
adore it.
rocks.
Fucking just spam crossbowmen. That's how you play
Yeah.
that game.
But I don't know. I've just loved Skyrim. I think it's just the perfect. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online sucked.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
it
even
was
play it. I didn't
horrible. I've like
it was
tried
so
it once.
bad.
It was I tried it once and I hated it. But like and I'm not an MMO guy either.
yeah.
But like I love Skyrim.
Yeah,
I
And
love
that's
their
the big popularity why it
Totally.
was like so big. But it's really dumb because it's like, hey, pay $60 plus like then you have to pay monthly, and then plus you have to basically buy DLC. You have to buy this horse, otherwise you're going to be running around, which is like in an MMO. The world is so huge. If you don't buy this DLC horse, then you're going to spend like extra like hours and hours
Like,
on end,
literal hours.
because there's no like fast travel in these MMOs, right?
No.
So now you have to. So basically, now you buy $70 game because you have to get that horse, and like you can buy it in game, but it's like so much gold. It'd be like it'd be not worth your time because you just have to grind for it for so long. So after spending $70 and plus the $5 a month, so $75, and yet because you have to put in your credit card, then you play the game and you have to grind it out for hours.
Yeah, see, MMOs I usually find are a scam.
Oh. Although to be fair, yeah, like all MMOs are probably not a scam. Like most free to play, like I'd say like almost 90% of free to play MMOs are like probably a scam because you have to buy this, you have to buy that with real money, and so yeah. But like you can't go wrong with like RuneScape, like old school RuneScape. Man, when I was 12,
God.
RuneScape was so good. You would just play that for like days on end, and that was a free account. You're like, yeah, you could buy premium, but it wasn't like nothing ever really held you back.
Oh no.
for not buying premium.
Totally.
And like a lot of games are like that, you know. But like I'd say a lot new free to play games are just like definitely just like going for premium, having to buy it. It's like you might as well just make the game pay like $5, $10, and not have to go premium. And you'd actually probably save your game.
Alrighty, so the next thing we're going to talk about is we actually just kind of came up with this off the top of our heads.
Yeah,
Since
I'm not
Reese,
a Redditor. So.
yeah, River's not a Redditor, but Reese and I are
Oh,
definite
man.
Redditors.
Way Reddit sexty.
And so we decided we're going on the subreddit Ask Reddit, which is one of my favorites, and I guess I'm sure one of Reese's favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask him the three, and I've got it up here. I'm gonna
Oh, you got all
ask
three?
him just ask three random questions on this Ask Reddit thread, and all three of us are gonna answer them to the best of our ability. Alrighty, so I'll start. Something that comes to mind right. What's your favorite insult that doesn't contain a curse word? Reese, go.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like to call people, oh, you freaking scrub.
You do call
And
people scrubs.
That's probably my insult. Or, oh, you piece of crap. Those are like the only insults I really use.
This is gonna be a hard one for River.
That's not that creative.
Yeah, I use a lot of
Uh-oh.
a lot of swear words.
No swear words. Hey, get wrecked,
I
scrubs.
guess maybe like moron.
swear.
Is that a swear word? I don't.
Moron is not a swear word.
Okay, then I guess moron. I call people morons often.
Some of the pretty good ones on here. It's like, I wish we were better strangers. Things
Oh,
like
wow.
that. All the grace and poise of a cinder block, but none of the usefulness. There's another good one. Those are actually like legitimate insults. I don't know what mine would be. Probably just a stupid reference or allusion to something. I don't know. I call lots of people idiots or just I don't even know. Most of them contain
Weird.
curse words.
Okay, next one.
If your life depended on getting someone to laugh, which YouTube video would you... Oh, that's kind of a shitty one. Which YouTube video would you show them? Next one.
YouTube.com/watch.question//124QX.
Seriously. What is hands down the worst idea you've ever had? This can be a good one here, boys.
Hands down worst idea I ever had.
Doing this podcast.
Oh,
shot-
number sign, shots fired. I don't know. You come back to me.
Okay, River, go.
Worst idea I ever had. Man, there's a litany of terrible ideas and terrible things I have done.
Best one.
That's hard. Maybe I don't know. Pause. You go. Let me think.
Okay, so I've got a good one. This was probably about a year and a half ago, or maybe a little more, maybe 2 years ago. No, but it would have been about a year and a half ago. There's a bunch of us buddies at one of my friend John at his place, and so we were just all there, and we were just playing beer pong and whatever, and it was a lot of fun, right? And then so I beat this guy at a game of beer pong, and by this time he was hammered, and I was, for the most part, I was just drinking Coca-Cola. My buddy, my straight edge buddy, who doesn't claim to be straight edge, and I were just drinking.
Oh, like edgy?
Yeah, like so edge, like XX.
Okay, what the heck is straight edge mean?
It's like you don't drink, do drugs. You usually work out and are a total douche. But my
CM
friend,
Punk style shit.
Yo,
my
is
friend that
shots
I'm
fired at me.
no,
Okay,
no. My friend that because
I know.
usually
Hey, I
usually
worked
these
out one
straight
time.
edge people are like they just think way less of everyone because they're not straight. They're usually just arrogant dickheads.
See, like me, like I'm pretty straight edge. So.
Yes. As you just
I'm
finished
edgy.
a beer like not that long ago.
Oh,
Well,
dude,
what
what?
can I do?
Hey, no, dude, no alcoholism.
As he was drinking while we were doing the podcast, Reese.
What can I
You-
do?
Was he?
You didn't
He
notice?
hasn't been doing that.
You didn't
Yeah,
notice?
yeah.
He
No, it's a
wasn't
bottle of water.
he
Right,
no,
that's
he was
what I do, man.
he wasn't
Holy
even,
crap!
he wasn't
You're
even
drinking.
He wasn't even hiding it, Reese.
Yeah, it was in my hands.
Hey,
I just
But-
don't
okay.
do that, dude.
To be fair,
Anyways.
it's a 4%.
Yo,
sleep.
shut up.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
shut up.
either way, we were at
Bless
my
you.
buddy's, and he like hands me, because I beat him, and he hands me this flask, and he's like, dude, just like take a shot of this since you won. He's like, this is the best stuff I got. I was like, what is it? And he's like, oh, it's like this special aged rum. And I mean, I like rum. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I didn't think about it too much. And so I took a shot out of this really badass flask that he had. And then it did not taste like rum at all. And so I was like, what the hell was that? Like, I almost threw up. He's like, oh man, that was like moonshine and scotch. And it was like God, that's disgusting. Like
I've had that before.
really
Got really well. See, I not together, but on New Year's I drank an entire 2-6 of scotch, and then had a couple shots of moonshine, and then I blacked out.
I can kind of relate to that.
Yeah, Reese has probably drank more than any of us here on the show.
I can kind of relate to that. Sometimes, like, I pour
and had way more
glass
sex
of,
than
Coca-Cola
anyone.
Brand Coca-Cola, and sometimes I pour it out and I drink it, and I'm like, this is like the good aged Coca-Cola. But know what aged Coca-Cola is? Flat, dude.
Yep.
And like I just spit it out, dude. I can
spit it out like your bitches, Reese.
So I can relate to it as you think you're going to drink something good and it's not good.
Yeah.
Or like orange juice, and then you find out it has pulp in it.
Dude, orange juice with pulp is way better than without.
Pulp is the best.
No pulp in orange juice, guys. Like, just have orange juice without the crappy pulp.
No, because
pulp doesn't add anything to it.
I think it does.
It adds you like having to like chew your orange juice. I don't want to chew my orange juice.
Then you can
let me drink orange juice without pulp and not this be a big thing, okay? Moving on. Next one. Okay, so
you can buy it without pulp, and I will buy it without pulp, and you can quit freaking whining
if you buy it with pulp. Okay, so
oh man,
the question was, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Yeah, hands down the worst experience you've ever had.
Oh, the worst experience I've ever had.
No, the worst idea you've had. Sorry, not experience.
Oh, okay. Well, that's two different things. So thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome.
The worst thing that I've probably done. I'm not. If you like. I'm not that bad of a kid, so I haven't done that much bad stuff.
Reese is the most badass
it'd
person I've
probably
ever
be
met.
when I was 10 years old. I lived by this park named Bud Miller, right? I was like a block away. And so at this park was a car show that day. And I didn't know, I knew about it because I kind of liked cars back then. Like little kids play with little like Hot Wheels and stuff like that. So I liked Hot Wheels. And this older kid comes up to me. He was like 13 or whatever. And he says, "Hey, you want to come to the car show? We'll just bike down there since it's a block away." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. I'm just going to go ask my mom." So I go inside the house and I ask my mom. And she says, "No, you can't go. We're going to eat supper in 10 minutes." And so I'm like, "Okay." And so I go back outside. And he's waiting there. He's like, "So can you go?" And I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, "No, I couldn't go, but I still did." Right? So I got on my bike and we both went to the friggin' car show, right? And so we went to the car show and it was really cool. And we saw cool cars like the Lamborghini and like the Hot Rod Mobad. And so like really cool cars. And then we went back and it was like 2 hours later, right? We went back and my mom was freaking out. She was like phoning everybody. She was phoning all the parents of the neighborhood. She was about to phone the police. Like people were out looking for me, and it was apparently a pretty scary time for her. So when I got back home and she saw me, those eyes were not eyes of love. And I don't really remember what happened next. I think I got some butt spanks, and butt spanks that weren't cool. So that's like probably one of the worst things. I disobeyed my mom.
Yeah, that was a really good story. I enjoyed that. River, you.
I don't know, man. Just a lot of being a bit too drunk at parties.
Drunken adventures kind of thing.
Drunken adventures with River are the best adventures. I'm gonna preface this statement, but you know, in my young days, going to parties, you know, before I was experienced in the ways of the world, I was a bit too, I don't know, maybe over trusting of people, I guess, you know, getting shit stolen from, and you know, if they ask you to baptize you, don't accept that. That's not a good thing. But other than that, you know, I don't know. I don't think I've ever made like a
people try to
decision that,
baptize you.
I really regret or anything. It's just, you know.
I think it's just a term.
It's
that's
like
not.
they like pour beer on your head.
Yeah.
Oh, not actually, just like trying to evangelize to you. Okay.
Yeah.
At a party, these crazy. You know what? I wouldn't even put it past a lot of churches.
Get out of here, dude.
But like, no. I couldn't imagine that. Just like a bunch of people at a party and these crazy like Alabama nut jobs just coming out of nowhere with a vat of holy water and like just throwing it on everyone with a beer in their hand.
I was at the store Versus the other day, and
I like that store. I've been there.
Versus is pretty cool. But what you could buy in there, you could buy anointing oil for your keychain, like keychain anointing oil. So like just little small like metal flasks and they had anointing oil like blessed from like a priest or something, and you could
anointing
I don't
oil.
know. I don't know why you need pocket anointing oil. Like
You don't.
I feel like if you're going to
well,
anoint
if you're
someone, it
around
would be
a
in
lot
a
of
church
sinners,
setting.
you can just be like, boom, I don't care if you're consenting to me putting my juice on you or not, and then just priest them, you know. It's like when the priest walks around the school and he's just like spraying people with water, and you can be like, "Hey, priest, I really explicitly don't want your holy water," and then he'll spray it like specifically on you for like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's always funny when the priest comes in and like sprays water on River because everyone's like just telling the priest to like do it on River. He's like, he's the big bad atheist. Just holy water on him, it'll work. I don't know.
Yeah,
not
and he
actually
always does it too. I always get specific. Like everybody else is like
it makes so
vaguely
much
sprayed,
sense.
and then
though.
he comes right up to me and he's just like shaking it right at my face.
Reese,
I'm like,
by
dude,
what logic does that make any sense at all?
It doesn't make sense at all.
Thank
It
you.
does
I
burn
don't
my
believe-
skin a wee bit though. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, when I get holy water sprinkled on me, I just wither away.
Anyways, there's one more Ask Reddit I think we're doing.
Oh,
Oh,
shit. Yeah.
One more. And
Hold up, mates.
while
Hold up.
he's looking for one, I just like to say that cheese pizza. If you just eat cheese pizza, you're pretty much a coward.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
You can eat
right.
cheese pizza. You
I
can eat-
agree.
You can eat cheese pizza like if you're a kid and stuff like that, like because kids are kind of picky. So like I'll let them eat cheese pizza if they're kids. But if you're an adult and you like cheese pizza, get
You're
a
pretty
life.
much
Go actually
garbage.
eat some real pizza. Okay, that's all. Okay,
Scrub.
do you have your Ask Reddit question?
Yes, I
That
do.
was just a little PSA.
Okay, Reese, this one is definitely for you. What gives away the fact that you just had sex?
I'm gonna answer for Reese and say, "Oh, that Reese stank."
Yeah. Or just that that cheeky grin on his face.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh yeah.
Whenever he
Cheeky
like
grin.
leaves the men's washroom, you can just tell.
It's like you know what just happened.
You guys, I don't think that Ask Reddit question is very dank. Like on a question.
Not as dank as the memes.
No, that was not a dank meme question. If you catch my drift, I don't.
Okay,
like
no,
that.
this is a better one.
Okay, good.
What is something that you want to like but just can't?
That would probably be River.
Oh,
JK.
shots
Reese,
fired.
got so
I love
deep.
you.
We
River.
bring Reese on the
I love
show,
you, River.
and he just
I
oh,
come
man.
into his own house.
Just burning down the spire of our friendship, Reese.
Everyone always talking about how they like Doctor Who, and like I've watched it and it freaking sucks.
Really?
And like
I
so
wouldn't
much
say it
people say
sucks.
it's so
Careful,
good.
man. That could get you in a
I
lot
know
of shit.
so much
man.
people love it though.
Like
And
we're
it's
on here talking about
I
Islam,
went in with
and
it
then,
as an open mind, and maybe even more as an open mind, as like, oh, this is going to be a good show because so many people like it. And I watched a couple episodes, and it wasn't for me. Sorry, Doctor Who fans. What are Doctor Who fans called? They're called something.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
There is a word, and
They're not Trekkies. That's what freaking
Yeah,
River
it's
is.
Star Trek fans are.
Freaking nerd River.
okay, River, you go. What is something you want to like but just can't?
Want to like but just can't. Let me think. Probably like. I don't know. What do I really want to like but just can't? That's another one of those things where it's like if you don't want to like something, it's usually for a reason. I don't really regret it. Maybe like a lot of the Beatles. I really want to be a Beatles guy. I just can't really get into it. Like I like a lot of their songs,
That's a good one.
but it's also like I don't know. I think I just really I want to like it more and be more interested in it than what I am. Also, no, you know what? Better example for that, Marilyn Manson. I really want to like Marilyn Manson, but I
I don't like
I
Marilyn
just
Manson.
can't like Marilyn Manson.
I don't like his music as a person and an intellect. I think he's very.
Oh yeah, I think that's
really
what I
like
want to
him.
is like and even the lyrics of his songs
Yeah.
I think are really interesting. I
Yep.
just think musically they're just not interesting at all. And I think the Beatles was a bad example for that because I like the Beatles. I just don't really like them. Like they're not my favorite band when I like their stuff, but just not really that into it. But I don't like Manson's music that much when I really want to, like. Because I like Manson a lot as a person, and I like his lyrics, and I actually liked his new album. It's probably the only album of his I like. So
Yeah, and I think music is a really fitting one for that question. Like I could talk about tens of hundreds of, albums, songs, bands that I really want to like, but I just can't. And I won't go into talking about bands that no one will know, but like a popular one or even not a band. I really want to like and enjoy like contemporary EDM music, like electronic dance music. I would love to like it because then I won't feel like such a hipster douche when I'm the only one who doesn't like it. But I just
Yeah,
can't.
I know how you feel
Like-
at parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Where like guys like us who are like, yeah, I just got out of the car listening to
Zeppelin.
like Amon Amarth.
Yeah,
And
quite the contrast
yeah.
there, but
big difference in what you said. But like listen to something like that, like totally different.
yeah.
Then you have like EDM, which I cannot listen to. It gives me a headache.
I guess not even retreating it further, not even EDM, but just pop music.
Yeah,
I would
say that
love
too, just
I would
pop music in general.
I would really like to enjoy pop music,
And I
but
hate
I
being
just
that
can't.
guy who, as soon as like the party dies down a bit, he's like, "Okay, River, play a song," and then you're like, "Okay," and then you play like I don't know a really great song by every single like category you can judge a piece of music. Then everybody's like, "Hey, that's like killing my buzz." Hey, man, why is that not Kanye? You know?
Drove some
If you're-
Kanye on I.
If you're ever in a situation where you need to play a song for like a crowd of people, just play like Journey. Like, you always get away with it, you know?
Don't stop believing.
Yeah, like dude, like, I don't see any setting where that's not
Hold on to
appropriate
that
to play that song. Like
feeling.
even at a funeral, like don't stop believing,
I
like still
feel-
believe in God and like believe that he's going to heaven. Like that those lyrics are so meaningful. And like
we interpret that song differently.
Yeah.
I know, but like you know.
You know.
Back to you.
Back to you, Trent. Okay. So yeah, I guess we have a few more topics, more serious ones. And this one is going to get some, hopefully, like, presuming anyone actually watches and listens to this show, this might get some people rattled. One movement in the last 5 years, I've really keened into it in the past 2. This whole, like, extreme feminism. Ugh.
Yeah, and
It's called radical feminism.
Radical feminism,
Yeah,
yes.
And
Yes.
even like I think there's 2 degrees of feminism I don't like. One is like radical feminism, which is even worse, and then there's even sort of like that just light social justice warrior like
SJW.
Tumblr feminism that I also hate, where it's just like like you can insult feminists are allowed to insult anybody based on their appearance or what they wear and stuff like that. But if you if you judge them, then you're being a
Okay, hold up.
misogynist.
Let's do this
Just-
right, though. So we'll go, all 3 of us, our separate definitions for what a radical feminist
Okay,
is.
yeah, that
And
makes
I'll
sense.
start. A radical feminist to me, or I'll start by saying feminism is not gender equality. That is a huge thing that people, feminism? Oh, that's a good thing. It's for the empowerment of women. When the empowerment of women is good, when it's not gender superiority. And if you
which really has always been sort of a big part of the feminist movement.
Totally,
I mean, even if
totally.
you look at sort of the golden age of feminism, back when they were getting women's rights and stuff like that, they were still there was a lot of racism involved with women with the original feminist movement. I mean, they've always sort of feminism has always been an ideology that's thrown a group of people under the bus, and even then it was black women. And I'm reading a lot today about like feminists, because I'm on Tumblr for some reason. A lot of feminists were like saying
What?
how
right?
meninists, which is like MRAs,
The
and
male
stuff,
equivalent.
were like how their big criticism of them was how they didn't aren't supporting the trans community enough. But it's like, okay, well that's but your ideology and the one that you claim has always been good has been known for being very racist and biased and doing the same things and moving not like 1 step forward and 2 steps back just as much as. And I also hate MRAs, don't get me wrong, but I mean the very premise of your ideology has never been really and yeah, that sort of extremism is inherent in feminism, and I think that was important back in like the 1920s when women really needed an extreme movement, because the disparity between male and female was so extreme. But when you really get into today, when it's pretty much equal, I mean, for every women's rights issue,
it is
I can
equal.
raise you a men's rights issue, and that's not to say I'm an MRA. That's to say people have issues. Why you have to separate it? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
If you live in Sudan, probably you need feminism. But Canada, the United States, England, like the West, really doesn't need a feminist movement. I'm sorry to tell you.
And most
It
parts of
needs-
Europe.
Yeah, pretty much all really civilized. No, I shouldn't say civilized, but I guess developed parts of the world. You really don't need feminism. You need humanism.
So
Really.
yeah, and
Like-
key phrase here. If you are for gender equality in every way, which I myself am, and
Yeah,
I
same
would
here.
say all three
Yeah.
of us are,
Yeah.
do not call yourself a feminist. Call yourself a gender egalitarianist, or just
Yeah.
even a
It's like,
humanist.
I hate when people say, well, if you believe in equal rights, then you're a feminist.
No.
I'm not. Your ideology is stupid. I identify myself as what that actually means. Like, I'm an egalitarian. I'm not a fucking. I'm not gonna vie for equal rights when the very name of my ideology puts one ahead of the other. Like,
And just like with this radical feminism, there's come some crazy, crazy things. Like in recent, as of late, there's been tons of like misconstrued rape claims and stuff like that that
Oh,
are
yeah.
just.
And also the whole Gamergate movement has just been pathetic.
I don't know anything about the Gamergate movement, so you two can
Um,
explain that.
Well, you see, my biggest problem, honestly, is with Anita Sarkeesian, who gets all this good PR just because people don't really know a lot about gaming in general, right? Because it's still, I mean, it's a big part, like it's a big culture, but it's still not like a super mainstream culture. Like a lot of people who work for major news stations and stuff, like Stephen Colbert, for example, I don't think he really had a proper grasp of the Gamergate situation. And so, like when Anita Sarkeesian came on, a terrible human being and a huckster and a charlatan, and just somebody who is so full of shit and who lies and puts no real points forward and states false statistics, and she very openly has no interest in gaming as a whole. She just, she puts forth these garbage victimization complex statements that just mean nothing, and she does nothing to further feminism.
And it's not
and
just
has
one
non-points.
person either. Like
It is,
it's
but
a
I mean,
movement
she has a
now.
following.
I would say that
yeah,
she's
she's
like the ringleader.
like
she's
Emma
created.
Watsons and the Anita Sarkeesians are the big are like are really
Actually,
the
you know
focal
what?
point.
I haven't found Emma Watson to be feminist. I've been looking, and I don't know if that's just I've
Well,
misinterpreted
she is a
a lot.
feminist.
No,
she is a
I don't know if
feminist.
no, sorry, I said not Emma Watson. I like Emma Watson. I think what she does is actually a good.
She
sort of
just
example of
graduated
feminism.
from a university.
Yeah,
Like,
but
last
I mean,
month.
Rebecca Watson. I think it is the
Could
lady who's famous for the. At 4 a.m. after they were at a bar, they're going up to their hotel rooms, and some dude in the hotel who was like flirting with her was like, "Hey, do you want to go up to my room for
I
coffee?"
heard about this.
Obviously implied sex, but then she just went off the handle and like, would say how that was such a terrible thing to do. It's like why he very clearly. I mean, yeah, he wanted to go have sex with you. What's the issue? Why is he not allowed to try? Like, how are people allowed to meet each other
and
if
if
you're not
like,
allowed to do that?
let's be real. Like, if they're approaching you respectfully and they're
yeah.
doing everything right and they're not infringing on anything, meanwhile Reese is just like cringing over there. But like, no, if like, say they were married, and like, ooh, she just got Christian. No, but like, say they were married and they, like, the husband wanted to encounter, some kind of intercourse. And then he did everything right to get there. Like, he played all of his cards right. But then this, like, him asking if, she wanted to go get some coffee with him or whatever, that just set her off for whatever reason. And it just, like, the key words here are that, like, they'll say that it oppresses them or it triggers them. And these words
triggers.
or
are just...
non-existent patriarchy claims.
Yes.
A patriarchy.
And also, white patriarchy. That's what they always say. It's like white cisgender male dominated patriarchy is dominating me. It's like, no, it's fucking not. You're so full of shit. Fuck you.
And it's like you can find any of these people that we're describing on like Tumblr. I haven't come across any on Reddit, but like
Oh yeah, Tumblr's like the breeding ground for
Yeah,
like,
Tumblr is like the
those
hub of
kind
and
things.
see. And it's funny because a lot of these people I like too because they're into nerdy shit and stuff. And there's this weird sort of faux segment of like a lot of the counterculture shit that I like that is also very feminist. And it's like one second this person will be like posting this and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. That's why I like Tumblr. The next they'll be like,
why the patriarchy
Yeah.
is oppressing me.
when men talk about how there's men's rights issues, cough. That's stupid.
Yeah, it's
Like-
like, oh god, like get over yourself.
Yeah, it's like why can't there be issues.
Why
on
can't
both
there be
sides.
human issues?
Yeah,
not.
why you have to. I feel like, and I also feel like feminism is the most misogynistic ideology out there. Because
No,
really,
actually, you're just the misogynist. Right?
No.
'cause you know what, man? Feminism separates the genders more than anything.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
And it totally plays up the victim complex and how women are weak and how they need protection and how all men are just crazy rapists and how all women just live in fear because walking down
And,
the
like,
street
And
they're gonna get
every single
pounced
woman
on
is
and
oppressed,
fucking
even if
pumped.
they don't feel oppressed. They're still
They're
oppressed.
subliminally oppressed. Yeah.
I've
brainwashed by the
talked to people,
patriarchy.
and I've been like, well, this girl said she wasn't. She's never felt any oppression because she lives in Canada, and she's never felt any fear or anything like that. And she's like, well, actually, I know for a fact she feels fear because sometimes I watch how boys stare at her, and I know she's being oppressed by that. And like,
And why is
How are
sexuality
people not
bad?
allowed?
Sexuality isn't a bad thing, and they claim to be
I
so
agree.
pro-sexuality with like, no. I will say feminism can do some good things, especially for like the trans community. I find that I think helps.
But
trans
that's
people a lot.
humanistic
But
rights.
yeah, I
that's
know,
not
it's-
gender.
It's so and that's I will give credit when credit's due, and the feminist movement has been very good on most trans issues.
Yep.
But
oh yeah.
if you want to further an ideology, why further it in one direction when you could further it towards everybody? Like I don't get it. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I haven't been super involved in but I know what's going on with the feminist movement, and it is ridiculous. And when these again with the fake rape claims and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
that is a
And how
problem.
they state how first of all, I hate how feminists always bring up fake numbers. For one thing, to get actual statistics on rape, virtually impossible because one, a lot of rape isn't reported, and two, and that's for like reasons that of course are a big problem. I mean, if you're raped, obviously you should report it immediately and do whatever you can to bring the guy to justice. But a lot of rapes, for one, aren't reported, and two, there are, sorry to tell you, feminists, I know you deny this a lot, a shit ton of fake rape claims.
Oh.
It's super easy
They
to make.
ruin so many people's lives.
The
too.
mere
Absolutely.
fact that, really, all you have to do is say, that guy raped me. And no matter what, that guy's probably going to lose his job. He's going to be in a lot of shit. Because it's a claim that you can't really prove either way on each side. It's like the Bill Cosby issue, which at this point I'm starting to think, yeah, he probably did some of the shit.
But the problem with that is that no one can prove it now, and that's kind of like a big problem I have. Like, yeah, it's good that people are coming out about this, but like, what it actually can't go either way, because what evidence do you have to support it? No matter, like, say he did or say he didn't, there's no evidence either way. It's he said, she said, and I think that's bullshit.
And usually it's the she said who wins.
Yes,
And
yes,
so,
and that's another huge thing that a lot of
Oh, yeah,
feminists like
'cause,
to deny.
Honestly, people in general will treat girls a lot differently. Like I was saying to you with that, we're talking about a girl we know who we really like, we argue with and stuff, but we really want a girl we know to like step in and argue with her as well. Because a guy arguing with a girl, no matter what, people are immediately trained to think the dude's a dick.
Yeah.
So, and you immediately lose credibility for it. And it makes no sense, but it's something that so many feminists and stuff deny. Every guy knows that if you're arguing with a girl, no matter what, no matter how right or wrong you are,
Oh,
you're the cunt.
the woman's always right.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And I hate that phrase, but it's true. Like,
I think it's become true. And like, don't get any of us wrong. We're not
not
these
women
super.
haters.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
we're not
No,
anti-women
we're
at all.
super, like egalitarian, pro.
But it's like, there's like someone is
no GF.
someone is probably right in the argument, and your gender shouldn't demonize that at all. And yeah, what you said is totally spot on. Like, even when I think we were talking in CE about how there was a couple people who just kind of make these videos to really bring different social issues to light, and there was a video about a girl hauling a guy's ass off of a bus, just yelling at him and screaming at him and calling him a dick, and everyone was just cheering this girl on, right? And like, hey, whatever, like, yeah, say maybe he was a dick. and then like the other way around, the guy was hauling the girl off the bus and just saying that she was a psycho and all this shit, and then everyone was like stepping in, like
And you have all the
throwing
white
punches
knights
at the
ready
guy.
to go fight him and stuff. It's, or it's like there's that video of this girl who was, it was like a full video, right? And they had some time before it, but she slapped, and she was like this black, the stereotypically black girl on a bunch with a subway. I was losing my word there. Subway in New York with a couple dudes on it. Just being a total bitch to this guy and pushing him and stuff. And then she started just slapping him, belting him in the face, and then the dude just sort of like slapped her back. And of course, immediately,
You can't do that. You can't hit a woman.
But you see, the thing is, if she keeps on hitting you, you kind of have to.
I don't think he was arguing your point
I'm not-
there. I think he was just kind of like jokingly saying
Yeah,
that. Like,
I know.
And
But that's
I've,
everyone's
I know,
reaction.
but
Yeah,
that's
totally,
everybody's
totally.
reaction, and it's like, yeah, I had the same reaction when I first watched it too, but it's like, sorry to tell you, but just because you have like less upper body strength doesn't mean you can hit people, but it's totally okay. You hear stories about women hitting and abusing guys. Most people don't, like, they may say,
They
that's
laugh
wrong.
at it,
but
and-
usually, yeah, they laugh at it. Or like stories about, can't tell you how many times I've heard a story about like a woman cutting a dude's dick off in his sleep. And then, I'm not kidding, I've heard this it happens.
I've heard it happens, but
yeah.
not on numerous occasions.
I've seen lots of shit, mostly on Tumblr, like about stuff like this. And then people are like joking about it. Or how it's okay to have like a male tears mug, which are really popular
Yeah, I've
in
seen
feminist
those.
circles. But if you have a woman tears mug, holy shit.
You
call
will
the
get
police.
dragged out on the street and shot.
Oh yeah, you couldn't do shit. Like, you couldn't do the same shit. A guy couldn't do the same shit in regards to these issues as a girl can. You
And
just
again,
can't.
it's hard to like really articulate a point without sounding like a bunch of like
even here,
anti-women
we probably
dicks.
sound like anti-women, like chauvinist dicks.
But like that's really not at all. There's a huge
Well-
double standard that people really look over.
To be fair, I would never hit a woman, even if she was like
Oh, neither
hitting me
would
a
I.
bunch.
But see, I get
See,
it. Though.
Reese.
We're not arguing
And
for hitting women.
yeah.
We're saying that
even in
there's
self-defense, I wouldn't hit a
circumstances.
woman though.
See, if she was coming at me with a knife, that bitch is getting knocked the fuck out.
No,
But
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
do
like, but I think there's a gradient. Like, you can't obviously males usually have more upper body strength and are
Yeah.
tougher than women. I would say that, and that's not a thing to say. It's just a biological fact.
that. Yeah.
The males in our
Male is
species
usually
usually
stronger.
the stronger of the the two genders.
Unless you're a
I
wimp.
think there's definitely. I think a guy touching a girl is immediately, no matter what, usually the bigger issue than the girl touching the guy. But there is still a gradient, like where if she's repeatedly hitting you, then you have to do something in your power to stop it. I mean, you just
Totally.
have to.
Well, no, I don't think you have to. I think it becomes your choice. And either way isn't the wrong answer. But like,
Well,
because
that's what
Reese
I
said,
mean, is, like,
yeah, even in self-defense, he wouldn't hit a girl. I think if there was a girl holding me at gunpoint or like trying to stab
then
me,
I'd try to save you.
Yeah.
thanks,
But if
mate.
it's just like a one-on-one encounter, I'd like run away
Even then,
before
like, if some like
self-defense. you know?
I've been, speaking for guys, I've been slapped in the face by girls before. I didn't slap them back, obviously.
No.
Like, it's not a thing you do.
and it's not something you should do.
Yeah, it's not something you should
You'd
do.
hurt them way
but
more
see,
than they hurt
it's-
you.
I just hate the fact that it's like socially acceptable if a girl hits a guy, but if a guy hits a girl, it's not. I mean,
But
it
I
should
think
be
we're coming-
unacceptable to hit people.
I think we're coming to a clairvoyance in like our society where it's not as acceptable for a girl to just like it's obviously more acceptable, and I think it always will remain
Yeah,
a
I
double
agree.
standard, but like it's definitely not as it's definitely way more frowned upon now. Like if someone is right outside of like an admin office at her school and a girl slaps a guy, she's gonna get in shit.
Oh, see, but
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
But
with
if
you.
a guy went and
But I
slapped
think
a girl,
it's
he
like-
would get thrown in jail or something
and
like
I
that.
think it's more because people are looking at it from a more logical angle.
Yeah,
like
totally.
as to what you can do or not do. But still the subliminal like thought is immediately like, I don't know, Sarah slapped Jimmy. Okay, well that sucks. We better separate the two. Like speaking as
Yeah.
as for like a school administration. Like separate the two, and then we'll talk to the girls, tell her you can't be slapping people. If Jimmy slaps Sarah,
Handcuffs.
yeah, like you can like charge up a charge him for assault and stuff. Like,
and if he's black,
Yeah, seriously.
and
If
that's
you're
not,
in the
you're
United
not wrong either.
if you're in the United States and he's black, then it's just he might as well just prepare for life behind bars.
wow.
But yeah, I mean, that's really all.
I think we're all pretty much in an agreement here.
Yeah. That's
Not too
really
much to be said.
that's all the topics we have for today. So I think we'll call it there. Reese, thank you very much for coming on. Oh, and hey, I have to ask you one last thing before you go.
What's my favorite dank meme?
No. I want your unaltered from the bottom of your heart
Oh, dude,
personal
is this a
opinion.
deep question?
Very, very deep.
How deep on a scale of 1 to so deep that Adele can't
Like
roll
so
with
deep you're bottoming out.
Like so
Bottoming
deep
out.
Adele can't. Okay, hold up, shut up. Okay.
it? Yo,
No,
I'm
no,
chicken.
you stop.
Yo.
You're not chicken.
Blaze it. Chicken blaze it, yo.
Okay, Reese, I want your unaltered opinion from the bottom of your heart on
Spooked.
why spaghetti is
Oh.
really a high class food.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me friggin' started on spaghetti, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, people think spaghetti isn't like an actual like upper class food. Like, people think rice is so cool and like, oh yeah, I eat so much rice. Why can't spaghetti be on the same level as rice? Rice is like a good upper tier like food, and spaghetti's like kind of mid tier. Spaghetti deserves to be in that upper tier food. See, you can put anything on spaghetti just like you could put on anything on rice. You can put like soy sauce in spaghetti. It tastes good. You can put spaghetti sauce. You can make like chicken Alfredo. You can make so many things out of spaghetti. You know what you can
Chocolate
make out of
sauce.
rice? Not too much. You can just rice and chicken, rice and soy sauce, rice and this. No, see, it's rice and something that makes it good. While spaghetti is like the thing that is good. And so that's why I think spaghetti is the most upper tier. And River, if you say something to disagree with me, this will be my last episode on. And I have a fan base following already from this episode. Right now.
I don't feel like
I
they're
have the
fans of me
biggest
and
fa-
Posy.
I have the biggest fan base. I have at least one fan. And like in my house, it keeps me cool. So just saying,
We'll end her
please
there.
agree with me. That's spaghetti's cool. I like dank memes. Sanic is really cool.
Rice Master Race.
Rice Master Race. No,
Holy
I'm on
crap.
the spaghetti side. But anyways,
Thank you.
yeah, man. It was,
Now, see,
sorry.
I agree with your point that
River.
rice
No,
is
no,
a
no,
good
no,
thing, that's
River.
good.
We're done the show.
No, dude, I think
None-
we can agree with spaghetti is just awesome. I like dank memes, guys. Thanks for having me on the show. If you want me back, this video needs to get at least 9,909. Just kidding.
You guys gotta make that.
I
shit
actually want
happen
to
too,
come
by
on
the
the
way.
show. So if we can get like 5 views, I'll come back.
Seriously. Thanks for listening, guys.
Give me lots of up
make sure to
thumbs.
like, share, and subscribe. You know, pimp us out everywhere you can on social media. Thank you. You're the best. Love you. Bye.
You can redeem your audible.com free code. Go
Don't
type
sponsor
in
people who don't sponsor us. God damn it.
Type in basement dweller in the coupon code section, and you can get a free Audible book. So that's
Okay,
pretty
we've
cool.
ended the show like 10 times, so let's fucking end it.
Okay, so before we end it, I just like to
Jesus,
say-
Reese, we're done.